Thunder cracks. A scream splits the night. Blood pools on splintered wood, reflecting lightning's jagged flash. Elias Hartman bolts upright, sweat-soaked, clutching his chest. The scream wasn't real. Just ghosts. His wife's face flickers. In his mind, then his daughter's. Both gone. Murdered. The storm outside howls like they did. He grips the rifle by his bed, knuckles white. Another crack. Not thunder. A fist pounds his door. Elias, 40 winters deep, lives alone on a Wyoming ranch, a speck in a sea of sagebrush and shadow. The frontier is cruel. His cabin, weathered gray, squats against a cliff, dwarfed by pines that claw the sky. Rain lashes the roof. Wind rattles the shutters. The knocking grows desperate. He stumbles to the door, rifle ready. His heart thuds, heavy as the past. Who's there? His voice is gravel, unused for months. Help us. A woman's voice, sharp, urgent. Please. He cracks the door. Lightning reveals 10 figures, cloaked in rain-soaked hides. Apache women, faces hard, eyes blazing with fear and defiance. One steps forward, her braid heavy with water, her gaze unyielding. Name's Ayana, she says. Soldiers are coming. We need shelter. Now. Elias freezes. His cabin is a fortress of solitude, built to keep the world out. The last time he opened his door to strangers, his family paid the price, 5 years ago. Bandits, blood, his wife's hand, cold in his. His. Daughter's laughter, silenced. He swore never again. Yet these women aren't bandits. They're hunted, like he once was. Why me? He growls. You're here, Ayana says, and you're armed. The storm screams. Hooves echo in the distance, faint but closing. Soldiers. Elias's gut twists. He could slam the door, let the night. Swallow them, safe, alone, but their eyes hold him. A young woman cradles a bundle. A baby. His daughter's face flashes again. He curses under his breath. Get in, he snaps, swinging the door wide. They slip inside, shadows merging with the dark. The cabin smells of wet leather and fear. Elias bolts the door, heart pounding. The ghosts of his past whisper, you'll regret this. Firelight flickers. Shadows dance on the cabin's walls. The Apache women huddle close, their breath visible in the chill. Elias grips his rifle, eyes on Ayana. She stands tall, unyielding, her voice low but sharp as a blade. Rain hammers the roof. Hooves grow louder outside. Closer. They're coming for us, Ayana says. Captain Morrison, his men burned our village, slaughtered our kin. To hide his sins. Elias's jaw tightens. What sins? Ayana's eyes glint, dark and fierce. Theft, rape, murder. He took our land's wealth, our women's honor, covered it with blood. Now he hunts us to silence the truth. The words hit Elias like a fist. His wife's screams echo in his skull. Bandits, they'd said. Just bandits. But he'd seen the glint of a badge in the dark. A soldier's badge. He never proved it. Never could. His fingers twitch on the rifle. Why run here? Why? My door? You're a ghost, Ayana says. A man who lives where no one looks. We need that. And your guns. He snorts, bitter. I'm no hero. Just a man who lost everything. Then you know why we fight, she snaps. Her gaze pierces him, unearthing his pain. We're not running. We're choosing our ground. The other women shift, no longer shivering refugees. Their hands move, quick, practiced. Knives gleam under cloaks. A young one, barely 20, uncoils a rope whip from her belt. Another checks a bow, string taut as her stare. Warriors, not victims. Their weakness was a mask, shed now like snake skin. Elias's pulse quickens. He's seen that look. Men before battle. Women like these? Never. You fooled me, he mutters, almost impressed. Ayana's lip curls, not quite a smile. We fool everyone. It's how we survive. A creak, the youngest, holding the baby, shifts nervously. Her eyes dart to the door. Elias catches it, fear real and raw. That child, he says, voice low, she yours? My sister's, Ayana says, softer now. All that's left of her. Morrison's men. She stops, jaw tight. They spared no one. Elias's chest aches. His daughter's face flashes again. Her laugh stolen by blood. He turns away, staring at the fire. What's your plan? Hide here? My cabin's no fortress. Not hide, Ayana says. Fight. We know his men. 20, maybe more. They're close. Gone at the latest. Elias laughs, hollow. 10 women and a broken. Man against 20 soldiers? You're mad. We're not asking you to die, she says. Just to stand. This land's yours. You know it. The cliffs, the gullies, the traps you've set for wolves and thieves. Use them. He stares at her. The ghosts scream louder. Don't trust. Don't fight. You'll lose again. But Ayana's eyes hold no plea. Only fire. The others watch him, silent, ready. Not helpless. Not weak. They're a storm, bottled in his cabin, waiting to break. You don't know me, Elias says, voice rough. I'm no savior. We don't need saving, Ayana replies. We need a chance. Thunder rumbles. The hooves are closer now. Time's running out. Elias's hands tremble, not from fear, but from the weight of a choice. Hide in his grave of a life? Or fight, knowing it might bury him again? Elias stares into the fire. Embers crackle. His heart thuds, a war drum in his chest. Ayana's words burn deeper than the flames. We need a chance. The ghosts of his wife and daughter scream. Run, hide, survive. But the baby's soft whimper. In the corner, pulls harder. He sees his daughter's face in hers. He can't look away. All right, he says, voice low, final. I'm in. Ayana nods, no surprise, no relief, just purpose. Good, show us your defenses. Elias exhales, the weight of his choice settling like dust. He leads them to the back of the cabin. The women move like wolves, silent, alert. Rain pounds the earth outside, masking their steps. He shoves aside a crate, revealing a trapdoor. It creaks open, exposing a dirt-walled cellar. Rusted bare traps gleam in the lamplight. Coils of wire, sharp as razors. Caltrops, jagged and cruel. Relics of a man who fought wars, then fled them. Old habits, Elias mutters, from the war and after. Ayana kneels, inspecting a trap. Her fingers trace the iron teeth. These'll do. She turns to her women, voice sharp. Nia, take the caltrops. Scatter them on the east trail. Kara, trip wires in the gully. Low, where they won't see. The women move, no questions. Nia, the one with the rope whip, grabs a sack of caltrops. Kara, bow in hand, coils wire around. Her arm, they slip into the storm. Shadows swallowed by rain. Elias watches, jaw tight. They're not just warriors. They're a machine, each part precise, deadly. You planned this, he says to Ayana. Knew I'd say yes. She meets his gaze. I know broken men. They either hide forever or fight when cornered. He snorts, stung. I ain't cornered. Aren't you? Her eyes cut through him. Living like a dead man, waiting for ghosts to let you go? Elias turns away, gut twisting. She's right. He's been hiding, not living. The cabin, the solitude, the rifle by his bed all walls against a world that broke him. But now the world's inside his walls. And it's armed. West Ridge, he says, voice rough. Best spot for an ambush. Narrow path, high ground. They'll come that way at dawn. Ayanna nods. Show me. They step into the storm. Wind bites his face. Lightning cracks, illuminating the rugged terrain. The ridge looms, a jagged scar against the sky. Elias knows every inch, every rock, every dip. He's walked it 1,000 nights, chasing ghosts. Now it's his weapon. Here, he says, pointing to a choke point. Bear traps in the brush. Wires across the path. They'll slow Morrison's men. Break their charge. Ayanna's eyes. Scan the ridge, calculating. Good. We'll draw them in. Split them. I'll take 5 women to the east. Make noise, pull their eyes. You take the rest, hit their flank. Elias hesitates. I work alone. Not tonight, she says, voice. Like iron. You want redemption? Earn it. The word lands hard. Redemption. He's never said it aloud, but it's there, festering. His family's blood stains his hands, not because he swung the blade, but because he didn't stop it. He nods, slow. Fine. Flank it is. They work fast. Elias sets traps, his hands steady despite the rain. The women move like ghosts, planting. Caltrops stringing wires. The baby's mother, quiet till now, stays close, clutching her child. Her eyes meet Elias's, wide with fear but steady. Thank you, she whispers. He looks away, throat tight. Don't thank me yet. Dawn's gray light creeps over the horizon. Hooves rumble, closer now. The traps are set. The ridge is ready. Elias grips his rifle, heart pounding. Ayanna's gaze locks on his. No mercy, she says. Not for Morrison. He nods, but the ghosts whisper. What about you? Dawn breaks, gray and cruel. Rain slows to a drizzle. The ridge hums with tension. Elias crouches behind a boulder, rifle cold against his palms. The Apache women blend into the terrain shadows among sagebrush. Ayanna's signal, a low whistle, cuts the silence. It's time. Hooves pound the earth. Morrison's men appear, 20 strong blue coats smeared with mud. Their captain rides ahead, face hard, eyes scanning. Elias's gut churns. That badge glints, just like the one from 5 years ago. His hands tighten, rage simmering. YNA moves first. East of the ridge, a flare arcs into the sky-stolen dynamite, lit and tossed. It explodes, a roar that shakes the ground. Horses. Rear. Soldiers shout, splitting their line. Half charge toward the blast, drawn like moths. Ayanna's women scream, taunting, their voices echoing off cliffs. The distraction works. Now, Elias hisses. He leads Nia, Kara, and 2 others along. The flank. They move low, silent, through gullies Elias knows blind. A soldier steps on a caltrop, screams, collapses. Another trips a wire, a bear trap snapping his leg. Chaos erupts. The ridge becomes a butcher's yard. Elias's group strikes. Nia's whip cracks, snaring a soldier's neck. Kara's arrow finds a throat. Elias fires, precise, each shot a memory of his old war days. 3 men fall before they see him, but his eyes aren't on them. They're on a wagon at the rear, canvas flapping. A woman's cry pierces the din, not Apache. Different, he sprints, dodging gunfire. The wagons. Unguarded, Morrison's men too scattered. Inside, a young woman cowers, clutching a baby. Her face is pale, streaked with tears. Don't shoot, she begs. I'm not with them. Who are you? Elias snaps, rifle steady. Mary Hendricks, she gasps. Cook. They forced me along. Said I'd die if I didn't. The baby wails, tiny fists clenched. Elias's heart lurches. His daughter's face flashes, her cries from that night. He lowers the rifle. Come with me. Now. Mary hesitates, eyes wide. A bullet pings off the wagon's frame. She scrambles out, baby tight against her chest. Elias shields them, leading her to a gully. Kara covers their retreat, arrows flying. A soldier charges, saber raised. Elias spins, shoots. The man drops, blood pooling in the mud. Stay low, Elias tells Mary, voice rough but steady. You're safe now. She nods, trembling, the baby's cries muffled against her. Elias's chest aches. Saving them feels right, but the ghosts scream. You couldn't save your own. He shakes it off, focuses. The fight's not over. Ayana's group rejoins. Faces grim but unbroken. The soldiers are faltering, caught in traps, outnumbered by strategy. Morrison shouts orders, rallying his men, but the ridge is a death trap. Elias sees him now, face twisted with rage. He wants to charge, end it, but Ayana's hand grips his. Arm. Not yet, she says. He's ours. But first, we finish this. Gunfire cracks. A scream echoes, not a soldier's. One of Ayana's women falls, blood blooming on her chest. Elias's rage flares. He reloads, eyes locked on Morrison. The captain's men regroup, but they're fewer now. 10, maybe 12. The traps did their work. The women did theirs. Mary clings to her baby, eyes on Elias. Why are you doing this? She whispers. He doesn't answer. Can't. The ghosts are too loud, the fight too close. But her question burrows deep. Why? Redemption? Revenge? Or something? He can't name yet? He pushes forward, rifle ready, as the ridge burns with the dawn's first light. The ridge reeks of blood and gunpowder. Dawn's light burns red through the haze. Elias reloads, breath ragged. Morrison's men are broken, scattered like leaves in the wind. Only a handful remain, pinned by traps and arrows. Victory feels close, sharp as a blade's edge. Then it shatters. Hooves thunder, louder than before. A new dust cloud rises beyond the ridge. Elias squints, heart sinking. Blue coats, fresh, unbloodied. Dozens. A full company. At their head, a man in a crisp. Officer's hat, face carved from stone. Colonel Bradley. Elias knows the name. A butcher with a title. Ayana's eyes narrow. Morrison was bait, she hisses. Bradley's the hunter. Elias curses. The traps are spent. The women are weary, one bleeding out in the dirt. Mary clings to her baby, hidden in the gully, her eyes wide with terror. Elias's ghosts scream. You failed again. He grips his rifle, knuckles white. No time for doubt. Bradley's voice booms, calm, cold. Surrender and some of you live. Resist and none do. Ayana spits, her knife gleaming. He lies, like Morrison, like them all. The women rally, faces hard, Nia's whip coils, ready? Kara knocks an arrow, blood streaking her arm. They're outnumbered, outgunned. Elias scans the ridge, mind racing. The terrain's still theirs, the cliffs, the gullies. One last play. Ayana moves first. She signals Kara and Nia, who vanish into the brush. Elias covers Mary, whispering, Stay down, don't move. Her nod is faint, the baby's whimpers soft against her chest. He turns, following Ayana's lead. She's not retreating. She's hunting. Bradley's men advance, disciplined, rifles raised. But one rider lags younger, his uniform too clean. A boy, barely 20, eyes nervous. Bradley's son, Elias realizes. The colonel's weakness. Ayanna sees it too. She moves, like a shadow, circling wide. Elias follows, heart pounding. This is her plan. A scream pierces the air. Nia's whip lashes out, snaring the boy's horse. It rears, throwing him. Kara's arrow grazes his arm, pinning his sleeve to the ground. Ayanna pounces, knife at his throat before Bradley's men can react. The boy freezes, eyes wide, blood trickling from his arm. "Hold," Ayanna shouts. "Your son, Bradley." "One? Move, he dies." The colonel's face twists, rage cracking his stone mask. "You dare touch him?" "I dare," Ayanna says, voice steel. "Your crimes end here, Morrison's too." Bradley's men hesitate, rifles wavering. Elias watches, breath held. The boy's fear is real, but his eyes hold something else, guilt. Elias knows that look, a man carrying secrets. His ghosts whisper. He knows what his father did. Bradley raises a hand, halting his company. "Name your terms." Ayanna's knife doesn't waver. No terms. Justice. For our village. Our dead. Elias steps forward, voice low. "Ayanna, wait." Her glare cuts him, but he presses on. The boy, he's not his father. Look at him. He knows something. The boy's eyes dart away, confirming it. Elias's mind races. His daughter's face flashes, her killer's badge. Glinting in memory, soldiers like Bradley hid those crimes. This boy could break that silence. But Ayanna's rage is a fire, unyielding. "Talk," she snarls at the boy, "or bleed." The boy swallows, voice shaking. "I saw my father's orders, the village, the gold. Morrison carried them out. I didn't stop it." Bradley's face pales. His men shift, uneasy. Elias feels the shift, the crack in their loyalty. Ayanna's knife presses closer. "Keep talking," she says. The boy's words spill, a confession torn from fear. Elias listens, rage and hope warring inside him. This isn't just their fight. Now it's bigger. But Bradley's eyes burn, promising death. The ridge holds its breath, teetering on a knife's edge. The ridge is a graveyard of silence. Dawn's red light bleeds over shattered traps and fallen men. Ayanna's knife presses against young Bradley's throat. The boy's breath hitches, eyes darting between her and his father. Colonel Bradley stands rigid, his company frozen, rifles half raised. Elias grips his own rifle, heart pounding. The air tastes of iron and rain. "Terms," Bradley says, voice tight but steady. "Name them. My son walks free, you get safe passage." Ayanna's laugh is sharp, bitter. "Safe passage? Like you gave our village? Our children?" Her knife draws a thin line of blood. The boy winces, but doesn't beg. "You burn, you? Kill, you lie. No terms, only justice." Bradley's eyes narrow, a predator cornered. "Kill him, and you all die." Slowly. Elias shifts, his boots crunching on gravel. The ghosts of his wife and daughter howl, blood for blood. But the boy's face, young, scared, guilty, stirs something else. Redemption. Not just for him, but for them all. He steps closer, voice low. "Ayanna, hear me out." Her gaze snaps to him, fire in her eyes. "You'd spare this snake's spawn?" "He's not his father," Elias says. "He knows things. Names, orders, crimes. Let him talk. He can burn Bradley's world down." Ayanna's jaw tightens. Her knife doesn't move. Words don't bring back the dead. "No." Elias says softer, "But they can stop more dying. Your sister. My daughter. Their killers hid behind badges. This boy can expose them. Break the cycle." The boy Lieutenant Bradley swallows, voice trembling. "I'll testify. The gold theft. The murders, my father's orders. All of it, Bradley's face twists, rage breaking through. You'd betray me, boy. You betrayed us. The lieutenant snaps, voice cracking. You made me watch, made me lie. A murmur ripples through Bradley's men. Rifles waver. Doubt creeps. In a crack in their loyalty. Elias sees it, feels the tide turning. Ayana's eyes flicker, weighing the boy's words against her pain, her sister's blood. Her village's ashes. Trust him, and we're fools, she says, but her knife eases just a fraction. Trust his fear, Elias counters. He's trapped. He'll talk to save himself. Ayana stares at the boy, then at Elias. Her rage is a storm, but his words find a foothold. She steps back, knife still ready. You live for now, she tells the lieutenant. But you speak, or I carve the truth from you. The boy nods, frantic. Bradley's fists clench, his voice a growl. You're signing your own deaths. Elias ignores him, eyes on Ayana. We can end this, not with more graves, with truth. She doesn't answer. Her gaze shifts to the gully, where Mary cradles her baby, watching. The child's soft coo cuts through the tension, a reminder of what's at stake. Ayana's shoulders sag, just slightly. Not surrender. Restraint. Bradley seizes the pause. Give me my son. I'll leave. No pursuit. Lies, Ayana spits. You'll hunt us. To the ends of the earth. Elias feels the weight of her words. His own past mirrors hers, hunted, haunted, broken. But the boy's confession is a weapon, sharper than any blade. He leans closer to Ayana. Use him. Let the world hear. It's what your sister would want. Her eyes flare, then soften. A tear streaks her cheek, quickly wiped away. You don't know what she wanted. I know what I wanted, Elias says, voice raw. For my girl, for my wife. A chance to make it right. The ridge holds its breath. Bradley's men wait, tense. The boy's eyes plead, not for mercy, but for a chance to unburden his guilt. Ayana's knife lowers, just enough. A choice, not a surrender. Then, a new sound. Hooves distant, but fast. Not Bradley's men. Strangers. Dust rises on the horizon. Elias's heart skips. Friend or foe, it changes everything. Dust swirls on the horizon. Hooves pound, a relentless drum. Elias squints, rifle steady. Ayana's knife hovers near the lieutenant's throat, her eyes locked on the approaching riders. Bradley's men shift, uneasy, their loyalty fraying. The colonel's face is stone, but his hands twitch. The ridge is a powder keg, one spark from exploding. The riders crest the hill, not soldiers. Men in black coats, badges glinting. Federal investigators. 6 of them, armed, faces grim. Their leader, a man with steel-gray hair, raises a hand. Stand down. His voice cuts through the tension like a whip. Bradley stiffens. You've no authority here, Marshal. Wrong, the man says, dismounting. Marshal Kane, weave. Tracked your trail, Colonel. Reports of burned villages. Stolen gold. Your name's on everyone. Elias's heart races. The ghosts of his wife and daughter stir, their screams softening to whispers. Justice. Maybe. Ayana's grip on the lieutenant tightens, her eyes blazing. Tell them, she hisses. Everything. The boy Lieutenant Bradley swallows. Blood trickling from the shallow cut at his throat. His voice shakes but holds. My father ordered the raids. Morrison carried them out. They took gold from Apache lands. Killed to cover it. Women. Children. I saw it. Bradley's face twists, rage and fear colliding. Lies. He's coerced. Kane's eyes narrow. He steps closer, studying the boy. Speak, son. Truth now, or hang later. The lieutenant's voice steadies, guilt spilling like blood. Fort Duncan, last spring. They burned 3 villages, took gold, hid it in supply wagons. Morrison killed anyone who talked. My father signed the orders. I kept quiet. A murmur ripples through Bradley's men. Rifles lower, some clatter to the ground. The crack in their loyalty widens. Elias watches, chest tight. His own past burned soldiers who killed his family, badges that hid the truth. This boy's words are a torch, lighting the dark. Kane nods, slow. That's enough for now. Colonel, you're under arrest. Your men, too. Bradley lunges forward, hand on his saber. You'll not take me. Ayanna moves faster. Her knife presses harder, stopping him cold. Try it, she says, voice low, deadly. The lieutenant freezes, eyes wide. Bradley halts, fists clenched. Outnumbered by truth, Kane signals his men. They move in, cuffs ready. Bradley's soldiers surrender, faces pale, some relieved. The colonel's empire crumbles, his son's words the final blow. Elias lowers his rifle, breath uneven. The ghosts are quiet now, watching. Ayanna steps back, releasing the boy. Her eyes meet Elias's. A silent question. Was this enough? He nods, slight, his own pain mirrored in her gaze. The baby's soft cry echoes from the gully, where Mary watches, clutching her child. A reminder. Life, not just death. Kane approaches. Ayanna, your people, they'll be protected. We'll see to it. Words, she says, skeptical. We've heard promises before. Not mine, Kane replies. You've got my bond, and his testimony. He nods to the lieutenant, now cuffed, head bowed. Elias feels the weight lift, just a fraction. His cabin, his solitude, his ghosts, there, still there. But this moment, this truth, shifts something. He looks at Ayanna, her face hard, but eyes softer now. She saved her people. He helped. Maybe that's enough. Bradley's men are rounded up, chained. The colonel glares, silent, as Kane's men lead him away. The lieutenant follows, head low, his confession a chain of his own. The ridge falls quiet, save for the wind and the baby's coos. Dawn's light strengthens, painting the bloodied ground gold. Elias turns to Ayanna. It's done. Not yet, she says, voice steady, but it's a start. The investigators prepare to leave, their prisoners in tow. Elias watches, his. Past still heavy, but no longer crushing. The fight's over, but the war for redemption, his, Ayanna's, the boy's is just beginning. The ridge is still. Dawn's gold fades to gray. Elias stands amid the wreckage, bloodied traps, broken bodies, his cabin smoldering. A stray spark from the dynamite caught the roof. Flames devoured his past. His wife's shawl, his daughter's. Carved horse gone. Ashes swirl in the wind, like ghosts set free. Ayanna stands nearby, her women gathered. Nia binds a wound. Kara cradles her bow. Mary rocks her baby, eyes soft with gratitude. Marshal Kane approaches, his men herding Bradley's. Soldiers into wagons. You're safe now, Kane says to Ayanna. The Apache will have protection. Land in the north, my word. Ayanna's gaze is steel. Your word means nothing until it's kept. Kane nods, unoffended. Fair. You'll see it done. I'll make sure. She turns away, eyes on her people. They're battered but unbroken. Warriors, not victims. Elias watches, chest tight. His home is gone, but theirs might rise. The baby coos, a sound that cuts deeper than any blade. His daughter's laugh echoes, faint, not accusing, no. Forgiving, maybe. He steps toward Ayanna. You got what you came for. Not all, she says, voice low, but enough. Her eyes meet his, softer now. You didn't have to fight. You did. Had to. Elias mutters. For me, for them. He glances at the ashes of his cabin. 5 years of hiding burned away in one night. Ayana nods, understanding. We're heading north. Rebuild. You could come. Elias shakes his head. Not my path. He looks west, where the horizon stretches wild and wide. I'm done hiding. Time to protect something. Someone. She studies him, then offers a hand. He takes it, her grip strong, equal. You're not broken anymore, she says. He snorts, faint. Close enough. The women prepare to leave. Mary approaches, baby in her arms. Elias, she says, voice. Soft. You saved us. I won't forget. He looks at the child, her tiny hand grasping air. His ghosts are quiet now. Keep her safe, he says. That's enough. Cain's men depart. Bradley and his son cuffed, their empire dust. The lieutenant's testimony will echo courts, papers, maybe history. Morrison's crimes, Bradley's. Orders exposed. Justice, not vengeance. Elias feels the weight lift, not gone, but lighter. He salvages what he can, a rifle, a knife, a worn coat. The West calls, not to escape, but to build, to guard others from the pain he knew. He mounts his horse, the only thing unburned. Ayana watches, her women already moving north. Their eyes lock, a silent vow. They'll carry this night forever. Years later, the story spreads. A stormy night. 10 Apache women, warriors cloaked in courage. A broken man, reborn in fire. A ridge where justice turned the tide. Travelers tell it in saloons, around campfires. The legend grows not of heroes, but of choices. Hard ones. Human ones. Elias rides west. The wind carries ash, but also hope. His ghosts ride with him, not heavy now, but companions. The hardest choice wasn't between right and wrong. It was between safety and humanity. He chose the latter. So did Ayana. So did the boy who spoke truth. The frontier stretches, endless, wild. Elias doesn't look back. The legend is that for him,